Is our entire universe inside of a black hole? All these headlines sure do seem to suggest that. But I went and read the paper that these stories are based on, and I gotta tell you, the headlines are getting it wrong. Essentially what's going on is that this researcher used an algorithm to look at images of spiral galaxies taken by JWST and identify which direction they're rotating. By looking at the shape of the arms, you can see from our perspective whether they're going clockwise or counterclockwise. We would expect it to be pretty even, that there's no preferred direction for galaxies to spin. Roughly the same number would go clockwise as there are going counterclockwise. But of the 263 galaxies they looked at, they found 105 went counterclockwise while 158 went clockwise, which is a statistically significant difference, suggesting that maybe the directions that galaxies rotate isn't entirely random, that there's a preferred direction. And that's pretty much it in terms of the results of this paper. What's causing all these bad headlines is the interpretation of those results. Why is there a difference? And this paper puts forth a few different ideas. They broke it into two sections, the first being something to do with the large-scale structure of the universe. If the universe is ellipsoidal, if the universe as a whole is rotating, if it's inside of a black hole and that's rotating, if the Big Bang was non-isotropic, if something in the large-scale structure of the universe isn't homogeneic, all of these things could lead to some preferred direction of rotation for galaxies. The other set of options has to do with smaller scale effects. It could be due to an observational bias caused by our own rotation in the Milky Way. Or it could have something to do with the dynamics of galaxy rotation, which we still don't fully understand, as a lot of it is dependent on dark matter, which we have a lot to learn about still. Or it could just be a statistical fluke, and that this is a non-representative sample. So yeah, a lot of different possibilities, and yes, one of those is a black hole cosmology, the idea that our entire universe is inside a black hole, and inside every black hole there's a whole other universe, which is cool, but this is not proof of that by any means. These headlines latch onto that idea of black hole cosmology because it's going to get your attention, but the science doesn't support that. There's a reason being inside a black hole isn't our standard model of cosmology. It doesn't do as good of a job. It has problems. And one paper finding there are more galaxies that spin one way than another does not change that. So yeah, these headlines are bad. Our universe is probably not in a black hole.